Good morning. Today I'm taking a walk here in the woods on our farm. I love to do this, just get outside and pay attention to all this beautiful creation and what's going on around me. You know, the plants, the soil, the way things are growing, even here just waiting for the springtime on our farm. There's always something new to appreciate and to learn and to notice. Take, for instance, these acorns that I found on the ground. We often take them for granted, but did you know that they can be used to make flour, acorn flour for pancakes, to support wildlife like deer, and to even produce some of the highest quality pork in the world if you feed them to pigs? I want to tell you about another man who used to take walks in the forest as well. His name was George Washington Carver, and he did the same thing. Every single morning before sunrise, he would walk in nature to listen and learn and pray. He once said, reading about nature is fine, but if a person walks in the woods, he can learn more than what's in books because they speak with the voice of God. He was one of the greatest scientists that ever lived, and he did most of his work right here in Alabama. You know, George Washington Carver didn't have an easy life. He was born into slavery around 1864, close to the end of the Civil War. He was orphaned as a baby, but even as a child, his neighbors called him the plant doctor because he had a gift for understanding how things grew and even how to heal sick plants. He could have stopped there, but Carver persevered and worked hard to become the first Black student at Iowa State Agricultural College. And in 1896, he came to Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, not for fame or money, but to help poor farmers who were struggling. You see, Southern farmers have been growing nothing but cotton for so long that their soil was worn out and sick. But Carver taught them simple but revolutionary ideas that helped form the basis for regenerative agriculture today. Things like rotate your crops, make compost, grow your own food. He encouraged them to plant things like peanuts and sweet potatoes and other crops that would heal the soil instead of destroying it. But Carver wasn't just an agricultural advisor. He was a scientist in the truest sense. He studied plant diseases under a microscope. He analyzed water to help communities find clean sources. He even collected thousands of plant specimens on his walks. And he had this amazing gift. He could look at ordinary things and see extraordinary possibilities. He didn't just see a peanut. He saw over 300 different products that he actually ended up developing. Things from paint to soap to ink, cosmetics, even gasoline substitutes. And in the sweet potato, he found 118 different uses. Here's what made this so important. When families could make their own paint from things like local clay, they saved money. When they could create natural dyes from berries and plants, they didn't have to buy expensive and harmful chemicals. When farmers could turn waste from their crops that they would normally burn into useful products like compost, or even weave them into rugs and baskets, they became more self-sufficient. For example, let me show you this. This is a rope made from the fibers of the okra plant, and Carver demonstrated all different kinds of things that people could make from okra stalks. Carver had a saying, do what you can with what you have and do it now. He also said there's a use for almost everything. He believed that everything in nature had been provided for a purpose. We just have to be creative and observant enough to discover it. And here's what made Carver truly great. He could have become wealthy from his discoveries, but he rarely patented them. He said, I don't want any discoveries to benefit specific favored persons. I think they should be available to all persons. His goal was simple, to help the poorest farmers fill their empty dinner pails and improve their lives using whatever grew around them. Dr. Carver wore a fresh flower every day to remind him of the beauty and potential in creation. He believed we could synthesize materials for every human need from things that grow. So the next time you see an acorn or a handful of berries or leftovers from a crop in your garden, something somebody might normally throw away, ask yourself, what would Dr. Carver see? What possibilities are hiding right in front of us? The world is full of gifts. We just need the humility and creativity to appreciate and use them wisely. See you guys later.